Liz Truss's tax cut policy was not popular and she had to make a U-turn. It came after several days of global financial markets turmoil on the prospect of huge UK government borrowing costs, the pound tumbling against the dollar, and the Bank of England stepping in to shore up the country's pension funds. The new Truss-led UK government on Monday withdrew a plan to implement a policy to abolish the top rate of income taxes for the country's wealthiest. Explaining the U-turn, Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng said that abolition of the 45% tax rate announced in his mini-budget last month and was to apply to the top tier of income taxpayers from next April had become a quote-unquote massive distraction to an otherwise sound growth plan for the economy. Similar to Truss, such tax reduction policy was applied by US President Ronald Reagan and Margaret Thatcher in the 1970s during a time of economic recession and high inflation. However, this time the tax cut may not work for three major reasons. One, in 1981, the tax cut by Reagan was supported by a strengthening US dollar, which also happened alongside monetary tightening. US dollar is the world's reserve currency. Truss's tax cut, accompanied with a weak British pound, will not only reduce the already weak fiscal income, but also make imports more expensive. It cannot alleviate inflation concerns, if not making things worse. Two, the tax cut was mainly focused on the rich, or the top tier of income taxpayers. In general, the high-income group is less affected by the skyrocketing energy bills and food prices. How it can make sure the benefit of middle class or the less privileged is taken care of is a much more critical question that the Truss government needs to resolve. Economic growth is needed, while wealth redistribution is also a must. Three, this time inflation was caused mainly by supply-side constraints, while the Truss policy failed to address this concern. Without supply-side reform, inflation in the UK will unlikely go away easily. Well, on top of these 3 points, Truss apparently underestimated the impact of the strong US dollar on global currencies, including the British pound and chain effect it causes to the UK economy. During 1981, when Reagan undertook a cut tax, the conversion rate between the US dollar and British pound was about 0.5, and now it is approaching 1. This time, the strong US currency is hurting not only emerging markets, but also its allies in the developed world. And how this game will eventually end is a big question mark.